Capricorn, welcome to your reading for the week of August 11th. Just a reminder, if you enjoyed this video, please click the subscribe button down in the corner of the video right now and like, subscribe, and do all the YouTube things to make the channel grow. It's been really fun doing this for you all. Thank you for watching. So we are going to do a 9-card spread with 3 cards in the energy you're moving past, 3 cards in your current energy, and 3 cards for the energy that you're going to be moving through for this week of August 11th. All right, Capricorn? And then what's coming up for you? Nice. You'll see why I said nice. All right. Okay, Capricorn, let's figure out what this is all about. The energy that you're moving past is the 5 of Swords that came up in the middle with the 2 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. So the 5 of Swords is winning at all costs. The 5 of Swords is you took some sort of a risk. You know, what you see on the card here is this guy, you know, he won the battle, right? And he's taking these swords away. The losers are walking away. So you did what you had to do, Capricorn, in order to walk away the victor, right? The 10 of Wands is here. So whatever you feel like you've been battling, whatever you feel like was a hard challenge for you in your recent past, it might have given you, you know, a burden, another burden to carry. But with the 10 of Wands, you know, this guy doesn't realize that, yeah, he's been carrying a lot of these burdens, but he's almost getting to his home, right? So whatever this is that you feel like you definitely maybe aren't proud of yourself is what I'm feeling here as far as being victorious. I mean, you know, the 2 of Cups is here. So this might indicate a breakup for some of you Capricorns. You know, the 2 of Cups is a perfect match, but coming up with this energy for those of you Capricorns that have thought about breaking up or thinking about breaking up because the relationship is too much of a burden and you are conflicted. You know, these 3 cards are confirming that. So that might only be for a handful of you, right? The 2 of Cups can be love. The 2 of Cups is really supposed to be about communication with your higher self, right? So you can see here, these 2 people are different, but really what it is that it's you communicating with your future self, right? So there's a lot of conflicting energy with these 3 cards. There's definitely a lot of energy that is adding a lot to your shoulders here. So if this is about love or if this is about you needing to connect with yourself or you've been connecting with yourself and it's been because of conflicts or there's internal conflict inside of you, it's led to a burden. Thankfully, right, these 3 cards are pretty challenging together, right? Thankfully, it's in your past position. So know that anything that you've been conflicted about that's been burdening you, whether it be about love, whether it be about tapping into yourself more, it's an energy that you're moving past and hopefully healing from, right? So we'll clarify those 3 with a card. In your current energy, you have the 9 of Pentacles in the middle with the Ace of Swords and the World, right? So you are showing up here with the World. This is your card, right? So this is a completion, which is good, right? The 9 of Pentacles is definitely, in what I'm feeling, connected to those first 3 cards, right? Like this might have been slow moving progress, whatever this conflict that you've been experiencing that's been burdensome to you, if it's been in love or been inside of you, it's been moving too slow, and your current energy is that it's still moving slow. And the Knight of Pentacles is a pretty frustrating card, right? Because the Knight of Pentacles is the only knight that isn't moving. The Knight of Pentacles indicates slow progress, right? So you might be really frustrated with the progress that's going on as far as these burdens go, as far as this conflict goes that you're moving past. But the Knight of Pentacles is a place of understanding that seeds are being planted inside of you from this conflict, right? So anytime you have struggle, anytime you have conflict, that's a great place to really tap into yourself, to dive into your emotions, to dive into how these conflicts have been impacting you, right? You know, with the World showing up here, let me get the cards back. in the right way. With the world showing up here, the world means that there's going to be a completion, right? So it's like, this is, you can see this person walking through a portal. The 4 fixed signs are there. So it's like, there's definitely, a message here of any sort of energy that is keeping you, stubborn, fixed, staying in the same place, especially with this Knight of Pentacles. You need to address these 2 things, in my opinion, because this is a stuck energy, right? With the fixed sign showing up on the world, with the Knight of Pentacles, slow moving progress, right? What I'm getting here is you definitely need to think about the places that you're stubborn, the places where you don't adapt, right? Because those are the things that are keeping you stuck. And if you address that, you are going to get a victory, right? So these 2 cards are saying, focus on where you get stuck. And then the Ace of Swords is saying, you will get mental clarity from this, right? You will get this crown on this sword, and there will be a victory for you coming in once you address these things that are keeping you stuck, right? And then again, with the World card, which is you showing up, it's going to be the completion of a cycle. It's going to be the completion of whatever this is, whatever conflict this is, whatever burden this is. It's going to, come to a closure. Your outcome, right? 3 really interesting cards, right? So to me, this Nine of Swords is connected to everything that we're talking about here. Sorry, you have the 9 of Swords, you have the Tower with the Sun, and the 9 of Swords came up in the middle, right? So the 9 of Swords is a never-ending nightmare. The 9 of Swords is just whatever this situation, this conflict, this thing that's been slow moving, slow progressing, it's kept you in like a Groundhog's Day, in a never-ending nightmare. And you can see here, like, this guy, he's just like wanting this nightmare to end. He's up in the bed, he's laying there, he's got his face in his hands, and you see the 9 swords. But the thing about the 9 swords is that they represent like different challenges and obstacles that you've overcome. The 9 swords are like astrological transits, especially challenging astrological transits. So you might want to take a look at what transits you may be going through and how it's impacting certain parts of your life, parts that have felt like a never-ending nightmare for you. And then, you have the Sun and the Tower, right? The Sun and the Tower is a great combination because it's just saying that once you address whatever this conflict is, whatever this burden is, whatever this thing that's been slow moving in your life, and you have to really think about that, right? You will end up with the Sun and the Tower, right? I mean, the Tower moment could be a sudden shock to your life and your system. The Tower is meant to bring you back down to reality, right? It's the lightning bolt is striking this tower because these people haven't been living in reality. And the Tower moment can be challenging. I mean, like, something sudden might happen. Like, there might just be a sudden shift that takes place with whatever this conflict, these burdens are that you've been dealing with, that have been slow moving, that you've been wanting to, reach a closure. The Tower might come in, right? And then you'll have the Sun, right? The Sun is, for the Sun to show up in the reading, that's amazing because the Sun is one of the best cards, if not the best cards in the deck. It represents happiness, easiness, a much easier time that you're going to be going into, right? So it's like, once you realize what this conflict is, inside of you, outside of you, how it's affecting you, you have to understand the Tower is also about transformation. So one of your end results here might be a different version of you learning from this, this conflict, this situation that you're going through, especially connected to that Ace of Swords, because the Ace of Swords is a victory. So there may just be a sudden change here with what's going on for you. Whatever this may be, Capricorn, get through it, baby. You got to get through it, Capricorn. All right, so we will clarify. In your first 3 cards was the 5 of Swords with the 10 of Wands and the 2 of Cups. And to clarify that, you got the 2 of Cups. So this might be about love. It's definitely about love for many of you, right? Whatever conflicts, whatever burdens you've been experiencing in love with another person, this might be someone who you thought was a perfect match, but it's not turning out that way. If this is not about love, then this is definitely about internal conflict. So it's either or, right? You need to think about the conflicts inside of you. You need to communicate with yourself, find a way to tap into yourself, your higher self, because the 2 of Cups represents communicating with your higher self, your future self. What would your future self tell you? Like, if you were to be able to talk to yourself in the future, and this version of yourself that processed this pain, right? What would that person say to you? What would that person say, this slow moving progress that's kept you in a burden state and a Nine of Swords state? Communicate with yourself. And, if this is about love in a person, you have to really, really dive into whether or not this connection is worth it. All right, so your current energy is the Knight of Pentacles with the World and the Ace of Swords, and then you have the High Priestess. So that's the beautiful part about going through challenges and struggles and hardships. It helps you tap into your feelings and your intuition more. So the High Priestess showing up here is saying that you need to tap into your intuition. Like, struggle is for a reason. Whatever this is, whatever this burden is, whatever this conflict, this challenge is, really tap, dig down deep, get through it. Don't give up. Tap into your feelings and your emotions, and think about how it's helping you to evolve there with the High Priestess. And with the Nine of Swords, with the Tower and the Sun, you have the Seven of Swords, right? So it's going to teach you moving forward how you can win battles much more easily, right? The Seven of Swords, this guy's stealing the swords from his army so the war doesn't have to be as bad, or he can actually not have to fight the war. Right. So again, with that High Priestess and trusting your intuition, think about how this is helping you evolve. Think about how, when you can learn the lessons from this challenge, how you're going to be able to apply it moving forward. And then whenever other similar challenges show up in your life, it's going to just become much easier. All right. Thank you for watching, Capricorn. I hope that, whatever this is for you, you are able to get through it, and have a good week. And thank you for watching. There's going to be some playlists coming up that I'll be adding to, so please check those out. And again, have a good week. Thanks a lot.